What's up, everybody? It's your boy TJ, and welcome to part 4 of my video, The Breakup. This is the conclusion. I know I said part 3 was going to be the conclusion, but part 3 went a little bit longer than I anticipated. So this will be, I promise you, this will be the final part. So where we last left off, I woke up that morning and I told her, I said, I got some real simple questions and I need some real simple answers. And she told me, she was like, well, I already know what you're going to say to me. You're going to talk about those text messages. And of course, she already knew because I didn't erase them out of phone. I didn't erase them out of phone because I wanted her to know that I knew what I knew. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, we can talk about it. And she was like, well, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done. I'm like, done? I'm like, what you mean you done? I'm like, I'm the one that's supposed to feel like I'm done. And I'm like, you're not going to apologize? And I just remember, like, while I was talking to her, she was just constantly just getting dressed. Like, she was putting her makeup on and stuff like that. And I was like, so you're not going to apologize? And she still didn't say anything. And I just remember, like, I just got so angry. I just took the eyeliner out of her hand and I just tossed it. I said, no, you're going to talk to me. I said, you're going to talk to me. I said, I'm gone and I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. And she was like, you can go. So, I packed up my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I packed up my stuff and I got up out that thing, like shoot, like I didn't waste no time or nothing like that. But of course, if you gone, you thinking like, there's no way in the world like she's not going to come back. But you know what? Time went by. A week went by. 2 weeks went by. 3 weeks went by. Still didn't come back. And I just want to say this, man, like, man, shouts out to everybody who showed me mad love, during this time, when I was going through this. Especially, this one lady, this one woman. Like I said, I'm not going to mention her name because I ain't throwing no names out there. But, man, she's just a wonderful person, man. She stood by me like this whole time, man. And, she was there listening to me, there for me. Man, took care of me, was like, listen to every problem, didn't, allow me to vent, allow me to be upset. Shouts out to everybody that I work with, man. They did the same thing because I know I wasn't the best person at this time. And, this one, lady, who I met, I've known her for a long time. I knew her for years. We didn't have the relationship that we have now, but through this process and stuff like that, and she was going through some things also, we kind of leaned on each other, but mostly me leaning on her. And in the process, like, me and her established like a stronger relationship. And like I said, man, 3 weeks like went by, and keep in mind, like, there wasn't anything really nothing serious or nothing like that. So my ex gets some kind of word, I guess, from another individual, that me and this girl, are getting exclusive and all that kind of stuff, but wasn't anything like that. So I remember I was leaving work, and when I left work, I seen my ex coming towards my job. And, like, I knew because I was on the highway, and the way I get home is, like, I stay like an hour away from my job, so I can see her coming. So I'm calling people and stuff like that. I'm like, man, tell her I ain't there. I tried to call her. She didn't answer. She goes up to my job and started asking my employees about, do I know this girl? Do they know her? And how often she comes up here and stuff like that. Completely like embarrassed me and humiliated me, man. Keep in mind, like I said, there was nothing going on at the time. So finally, I go to my mom's house and I'm not talking to my mom. I'm like, man, this girl just humiliated me. I'm upset. Go to my job and I'm just so angry, man. Why? Why? People at my job calling me talking about, she came up here and she comes to my mom's house and she comes through the door and she was asking me about this girl, like how long you talk to her, man? How long y'all been here, man? Blase, blase. And I'm like, man, what is you talking about? Like, ain't nothing going on or nothing. So she goes outside and keys my car. Like, she just completely keys my car, man, like for absolutely no reason. Like, keyed my car for absolutely no reason. Go to my job, humiliate me for absolutely no reason. And all because I found out that she cheated on me. What person is not going to be upset about that? But of course, I just couldn't deal with it, man, no more, man. This wasn't the first time this happened. First time we broke up because she was, she wanted this newfound celebrity. I found out, she was talking to someone else, was the reason why we broke up the first time. And I accepted that. But, when I find out, you cheated on me and you constantly lied to me about it, I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I mean, I just couldn't. And I'm not saying that I'm the best person in the world. I'm not saying I'm the best man. I'm not saying I did everything right in the 8 years. But at the same time, man, I did the best that I could. And anybody that knows me knew that I loved her with all of my heart. And, it's a constant struggle, man. It's a constant struggle every single day to be the person that I once was. Honestly, as far as like my preaching and stuff like that, I've stopped preaching because I felt like I can't instill hope into anybody if I don't have hope in myself, if I don't have hope for tomorrow, if I don't have hope that I will be better. So I stopped. And, I don't feel bad by saying that because they got so many people out here who instill hope, knowing that they not doing the right thing, know what they not talking about is just, and they still do it. So I feel like I did the right thing when it came to that. And I'm not saying I did everything right because it's been times where, I kicked open the door. After she didn't want to answer. It's been times where, I sent text messages that I shouldn't have, social media comments that I shouldn't have said. But, I was hurt. And it still hurts to this day, from time to time because I just felt like it wasn't just. And, being in November and knowing that I was a couple weeks away from being married, it just hurts me even more. And like I say, I'm not here to bash anybody because if you listen to what I said I have faults in this too. I'm not going to say that I was perfect. I'm not going to say that I was just. I'm not going to say I did everything right because, like I said, I didn't. But, time marches on. Like I said, this wonderful lady that I met, me and her still, are cool and close. And she's a wonderful person. And, of course, I couldn't be in a relationship right now because, honestly, I don't, I don't know about myself right now. I don't think that, I'll be able to give somebody my all knowing that my mind is the way that it is. And who knows, maybe when, the smoke clears and hopefully, I haven't did anything just ultra terrible to a point where, maybe she wouldn't want to talk to me no more. Maybe, there would be a future. But I'm just saying this to, right now because I just want to let this go. I just want to let this go. I just wanted to tell my story. This is my therapy couch. And I just want to let everybody know, man, if you got something good, hold on to it. Hold on to what you have, man. Ain't nothing out here, man, for real. Ain't nothing out here, man, but a bunch of lies. I haven't heard these many lies in my life. There's so much lying, so much backbiting, all that kind of stuff going on. People always seem like they're the best thing since sliced bread because you're not with them, but it's never going to be like that. And even if you was to leave your significant other for them, it's not going to be the same because they won't be able to trust you. So do right. And I hope my story touched somebody's life and made them put their own relationship into perspective, because life is short. So make the best out of your life. If you're in a relationship, love each other and never let that love go. We global.